Kipkemoi, der Pacemaker, der neben ihm läuft. Schulter, das ist ein Finish, ein Teamsprint auf die letzten Metern. Andrea Kiptoo. Andrea Kiptoo. Und der dritte, Amanal Petros.
Andrea Kiptoo, Kenyan distance runner, March 29th, 2026, Berlin, a half marathon that nobody will forget. Cold morning, fast conditions, elite field, but something extraordinary happened in the final strides. His own pacemaker was right there with him, right at the finish line. Kiptoo had one choice to make, one moment that would define the race, one instant that changed everything. Let's find out what Kiptoo did at that moment. Andrea Kiptoo is a Kenyan distance runner competing at the elite level of professional road racing. He is emerging as one of Kenya's premier half-marathon talents. He represents the next generation of Kenyan distance running excellence that has defined global athletics for decades. Kenya has produced more distance running champions than any other nation. From marathon winners to 10K champions to half-marathon specialists, Kenyan runners have dominated global road racing for generations. The legacy runs deep. The talent pool is vast. The next generation of runners continues to push the boundaries of human performance. Kiptoo is part of this legacy, building his reputation on the international circuit. He competes against world-class opposition on some of the fastest courses in the world. Before Berlin, the 2026 season had already shown promise for Kiptoo. He had competed at high-level races across Europe and Africa. He was part of the elite racing scene that moves from city to city, targeting major events on fast courses. Berlin was one of the premier destinations for distance runners seeking to set personal bests and make statements on the global stage. The Generali Berlin Half Marathon is held annually in the German capital and attracts the world's best half marathon runners. The course is fast and flat, ideal for quick times. The race has a reputation for elite competition and record-breaking performances. For 2026, the 45th edition would prove to be no exception. Sunday, March 29th, 2026, Berlin. Early morning, cold but sunny conditions. The temperature hovered just above freezing, creating brutal physical demands on the elite field. These were ideal conditions for fast running. These were conditions where records could fall and personal bests could be shattered. Kiptoo lined up with other elite distance runners from around the world, from Kenya, from Ethiopia, from Germany, from South Sudan, from France. The field was stacked with world-class talent ready to compete at the highest level. Dennis Kipkemoi, Kiptoo's fellow Kenyan, was designated as the pacemaker for the race. Pacemakers are runners who set the early pace and then drop out, allowing the elite runners to compete for victory. Kipkemoi's job was to set a fast, early pace and then step aside. That was the plan. That was the expectation. But something different happened in Berlin. As the race unfolded, Kipkemoi did not fade away. He stayed with Kiptoo. He matched his pace. He ran stride for stride with the leader. The pacemaker was now a competitor. The supporting actor had become a co-star. And as the race entered the final moments, something extraordinary began to unfold. The lead group fractured as the race progressed. Multiple runners who had been in contention began to fade. Dominic Lobaloo from South Sudan fought valiantly to stay with Kiptoo, but eventually dropped back. By the final kilometers, only two runners remained at the front, Kiptoo and Kipkemoi. They were running identical paces. They were matching each other stride for stride down the final kilometers toward the Brandenburg Gate finish line. The crowd at the finish was electric. The moment was building. The drama was unfolding in real time. Kipkemoi had proven he belonged with the elite runners. He had proven he was capable of running 59-minute pace. He had proven he could push Kiptoo to the absolute limit. But pacemakers have an unwritten code. They are there to help the lead runner. They are there to enable the elite athlete to achieve victory. Kipkemoi understood this responsibility. In the final kilometer, a discussion happened between the two runners. A moment of understanding. A decision was made. Kipkemoi would step aside and allow Kiptoo to cross the line first. It was not a dramatic last-second yield in the final meters. It was a planned, understood moment between teammates. Kipkemoi did not fight for the victory. He did not kick hard at the finish. He allowed Kiptoo to cross the line first in 59 minutes and 11 seconds. Kipkemoi followed across in the same time, 59 minutes and 11 seconds. Kiptoo won outright. Kipkemoi took second. The times were identical, but the result was clear. a moment of sportsmanship at the highest level. While Kiptoo claimed victory, Amanal Petros from Germany was also making his own historic statement on the Berlin streets. Petros crossed the line in 59 minutes and 22 seconds for third place. The time was not a new personal best, but it was a new German national record, improving on his own previous benchmark. Petros had been part of the lead group early in the race. He ran with Kiptoo, Lobalu, and other top competitors through the first half of the race, but as the pace intensified around the 10-kilometer mark, Petros began to struggle. He was losing contact with the leaders. He was falling behind. The gap widened. For a moment, it seemed his race was slipping away into disappointment. But Petros is a fighter with world championship experience. He is a marathoner who knows how to push through pain and find reserves of strength when it matters most. In the final kilometers, as Kiptoo and Kipkemoi battled at the front, Petros launched a devastating rally. He closed down the runners ahead of him. He narrowed the gap. He found another gear and pushed hard. His final time of 59 minutes and 22 seconds broke his own German record by 9 seconds. The previous German record had been 59 minutes and 31 seconds, set by Petros himself at the Berlin Half Marathon the previous year. The Generali Berlin Half Marathon 2026 showcased Kenyan distance running prowess at the highest level. Kiptoo's victory highlighted Kenya's continued excellence in international road racing. In the women's race, Ethiopian runner Lekina Amiba won in 65 minutes and 7 seconds, with Kenyan runners occupying the second and third positions on the podium. The men's top 5 finishers represented the breadth of global competition at the elite level. The conditions in Berlin were ideal for fast running throughout the race. The flat, fast course designed for record-breaking times. The cold temperatures that aided heat dissipation during intense effort. The passionate crowd support lining the streets of the German capital. All of these factors created a stage where elite runners could push the boundaries of human performance to their absolute limits. What made the Berlin Half Marathon 2026 memorable was the decision that Kipkemoi made, a pacemaker who could have competed for victory, a runner who had the fitness to win, a competitor who had proven he belonged with the elite field. But Kipkemoi understood his role. He understood that his job was to help Kiptoo. He understood that pacing is a craft requiring sacrifice and the willingness to prioritize a teammate's glory over personal victory. The Generali Berlin Half Marathon 2026 will be remembered for Andrea Kiptoo's breakthrough victory in 59 minutes and 11 seconds. Amanal Petros' German record of 59 minutes and 22 seconds showed a runner peaking for the London Marathon. Kipkemoi's decision to step aside created a moment that will be discussed in distance running circles for years. For Kiptoo, Berlin was a statement. He proved he belongs among the elite distance runners competing globally. His victory established him as a serious marathon contender for 2026 and beyond. As Kiptoo moves forward, his sights are set on marathons. Berlin is validation that he can compete and win against world-class opposition. The trajectory is clear. The future is now.